And concerning the subject of status that I talked about, I use Australian Aborigines as an example quite frequently of people who are basically a steady state or an ideal state of happiness in every way, basically. And some might say, well, what about the Aboriginal elders? Aren't they, isn't that a form of status? And, well, it might be if they ran their mouths all the time. But basically, yes, they learn things through experience over time. But the difference between that and someone that basically dumps a whole bunch of memorized knowledge on you without asking and doesn't know when to stop and can't sense at all how much you can or can't absorb of it, they basically knew how to shut up, and they knew when another person was ready to hear something, to learn something, and that is when they spoke. Otherwise, they didn't. And it's funny because when it comes to our own path of development or learning or whatever you want to call it, you can do all kinds of things. You know, you can reflect, you can on yourself, you can meditate, you can have therapy, psychotherapy, all kinds of things like that, because you may know that you have problems, or there may be all sorts of different reasons why you enter into something like that. But the thing about all that is that you can, for example, go through years and years and years of psychotherapy and learn all kinds of things about yourself, which are quite insightful, that you never would have known any other way. And then you come out of the other end, you know, for whatever reason, you stop the therapy, and you still have this knowledge about yourself and your motivations and experience and why you are like the way you are, but you still haven't changed really at all. So it's peculiar. Why is that? Well, truth be told, you can learn all kinds of things about yourself from the observation of others, from self-reflection, as I said, therapy, things like that. But the thing about change is that change is uncomfortable, and people only really change because they have to. There's a need to change, a real need. Not just simply, oh, I'm going through therapy because my wife asked me to, or something like that, or I'm depressed or something, or you know. So what happens is that people don't really change. They may think they're changing, but they don't really change unless there's a need, a real need to change. So it could be the death of a spouse. It could be loss of wealth, all kinds of things. Those are the kinds of things that force you, the cold slap of reality, to dump your past behaviors and embark on a completely new path, one which is very likely scary because it's unknown. Or I suppose you could see it as an adventure that you have finally escaped the bounds of your patterns and behaviors, and now you're free. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say, so I guess I'll leave it there.